if you look at women don't look very secure in themselves. You can even see it by their visual appearance. They expose their body. They're wearing things that don't belong to them. You know, they all look the same. You can point it out. It's
Gigi,
visual. It's visual now.
Gigi, women,
If you
women
don't
aren't the
want a certain kind of
gatekeepers.
woman,
Gigi,
Gigi,
and yo,
women aren't the
are women?
gatekeepers of relationships. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. So if you're friends, you're stuck single, it's because it's not their choice. It's no man wants to be in a relationship with them. You're actually naming off traits that 80% of men have, okay? The top 10, 20% of guys are the type of guys that treat women like how you were saying. So you basically just showed that your friends, because not you, like your single friends like to chase those type of dudes. So that's their own fault. There's tons of guys out here that would love to give you all that time and attention that you're talking about that they wanted. There's tons of guys that want to do that.
But you think they're corny. That's the problem. Your friends think they're corny. Your friends think they're lame. Your friends think that they are
That
underqualified for the
and
position,
that's
and
fair.
that's the
And that
problem. That's why
okay.
they are perpetual singles, and they always will be because they feel like they are more
Wow.
than they're not because they don't understand the sexual marketplace. That is what it is. They don't know where they stand. If you are an average person, we'll make it simple. If you're an average person, go get you an average dude. And you fine. That's it. You're golden. Don't try to go
Simple.
2, 3, 4, 5 points ahead because you have an overinflated sense of ego. Like that's not gonna work in your favor. You'll be single. You'll be chasing these dudes. They're gonna keep smashing. Then you're gonna get another one. He gonna smash. Then he gonna leave. Then you're gonna have a couple kids. And your chances as you get older and as you accumulate children get worse and worse. So that formula is doomed. And I
I
don't
agree.
understand for it to be for the simplicity of how women sometimes are sense that they don't understand when men are telling you exactly what it is, and then you can see it, and stats are available, and people have the internet on their phones, and they still don't understand. Oh shit, doesn't work. What do you mean? How can women not understand that you can't get those type of dudes? When you do the same thing over and over, it's insanity by definition. However, women still do it over and over, and we don't call them insane. What are we doing?
So
they
you saying
insane,
the
bro.
average man is a
Yeah.
lame?
No,
No,
they are
that's
not.
what.
I
That's
mean,
how.
that's what
No,
That's how
he
they're
some
not.
equated
women.
to.
That's
No,
He
what
said
women
you
are
don't want him because
saying.
he's corny.
women say
No,
He
that.
said you
no,
don't want him
he's a
Women.
because
good guy.
he's no, because he said them females don't want him because because the men are corny.
No,
And then he went on
no.
to talk about the average man. That's why I asked the
No,
question.
He said
he
the
said
women call them
make him
corny.
corny.
Yeah,
The
so that's
women
why.
call
And
them
then
Yeah,
corny.
he,
they
yeah,
do.
That
I
doesn't
know.
mean they're
Neither is
actually
That's
corny.
exactly what
corny.
I said. The women said that the men were corny, and then he went on to
Yep.
talk about the average man. So that's why I asked the question. So are you saying that the average man is corny because you went from one extreme to the other one?
Absolutely not. However,
Women
if
feel like the average man is corny. Yes.
Nah,
That's how women
bullshit,
feel. Well,
nah.
I'm a
bullshit.
woman. I am a
that's how
woman,
women
and
behave.
I'm a woman.
No,
Here we
I'm
go.
just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a woman, and I
Somebody got
find
a
it
light
hard to
over
deal with women. Women women are difficult, man. They are.
Thank
Okay.
you for
Hey,
thank you
I
There
for
wow.
can
that
you
agree with
go.
you on
outburst.
that
All
one.
Hey,
right.
I
I
feel
can
one.
agree with you on
Wow.
that.
I'm just gonna.
Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
Bravo.
Yeah,
But that.
yeah,
Bravo.
yeah.
Bravo.
But hold on. Let me finish.
Whew.
I'm gonna lose my thought because it's late. I'm just gonna say, yeah. But women, like I said, women are. That's why I said women need to know themselves. It's called self-esteem. And it's not self-esteem like fake self-esteem, like how the women act, like, oh, I deserve this, and that's false. A person with
I
real
got
self-esteem knows that it's the guy who they just have a connection with. They can meet, they can go to the park and have a date, and she's cool like that, and he's cool like that.
I got a question
Like
for
that
Cali
exists.
Bev and Gigi.
That
I got a
really
question for
exists.
y'all.
There's women out there like that. And you know what? She gets the high graded guy sometimes. She gets the rich man because you know what? She's herself. She's unique.
Ca- Cali, Gigi,
A lot of women are not unique.
Gigi, I got a question for y'all. What is the
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
characteristics
Yeah.
of someone? What is the characteristics of someone that is not corny?
I don't know. I was
That
called
is
corny
not
in
corny.
high school throughout my because I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I was called corny. It's not just a man thing. They used to call me a nerd,
I said
corny,
a person.
because
You
I
didn't
didn't
say
I
a man.
didn't
I asked,
follow I
what is the
didn't follow suit.
characteristic? What is the characteristics of someone that is not
Okay,
corny?
I'll tell you. I just corny, corny. So like I said, a person who's different, who stands out, who thinks differently sometimes, who doesn't follow is not a sheep, who doesn't follow the herd, kind of has their
Okay.
own opinion, you know, a person who, what do you call it? Marches to their own beat of their own drum, right?
Okay.
It's not listening to the same music that everyone's doing. A person who is creative, takes time to be creative, who doesn't brag. Like I'm not. That's not a nerd. That's not a nerd because nerds are usually quiet introverts, right? So if you know that's the kind of woman you want, and she's a nurturer too, you look for those women. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say men are nerds. I like nerds.
All right, hold on. Wait,
I
you're getting
cannot
too
be
far off.
with a man who's
You're
not a
getting too
nerd.
far. You're getting too far off. You're getting too far off. What
I don't
percentage?
think that's corny.
What percentage? All right. So, Callie, what is characteristics of someone that's not corny?
Someone who is not corny. More often than not, they're
Not
not
corny.
necessarily socially awkward. Um, the unfunny dad jokes or whatever. Um, just a weird cadence to their voice or whatever.
Someone who's not corny.
I don't know.
Who's
Yeah,
not
Someone who is
corny.
those
We
people.
know what
is
corny
That's
is.
somebody who
What's
is
not?
corny.
Yeah. What is
That's somebody who is
Not
corny.
corny. Not corny.
Who's not corny? Basically a regular. You can have like a mix between somewhat of some pop culture, whatever you up on current times. Whatchamacallit, someone who's not corny would be someone. Yeah, well, it's all subjective. Well, to
Y'all
me,
find
somebody
this
who's not
interesting.
corny
Am I the only one
would
that
share
find this
basically the same
interesting?
interest that I do. Huh?
Am I
This
the
is
only?
real interesting.
Am I the only person that don't find that find this very interesting? That
Very
we
interesting.
can call average man corny, but you can't even define what's not corny.
Really?
I didn't say the average man was
What
corny. I
I could tell
disagree
you.
with that notion.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm
Oh,
just saying I just find it interesting that
For
we
me,
can say that the average man is corny, or average men are looked at as corny in general. But if you ask somebody, well, what isn't corny, and they can't give you an
Can't
answer,
even say it.
someone who has some kind
and you
of.
want to know the reason why I think
what
that,
is it?
bro? B-Man, you want to know the reason why I think that? Because a
What's
lot
that?
of the things that people would call a man corny for,
That's a good question.
they often find it in themselves, so they find it hard to actually start listing things because they realize that, hey, if I start pointing out shit that might be corny, I'm actually describing myself.